Have you ever found yourself in a room full of people, yet feeling utterly alone? Observing others falling in love, forming relationships, and living out their stories, while you stand on the sidelines, trying your best but watching everything crumble? It's a familiar ache for many, and it can make you question if something is wrong deep inside. Is it karma, a curse, or were you simply born to be alone? But what if I told you that your solitude isn't a reflection of inadequacy, but rather a sign of something extraordinary within you? The essence you carry is sacred, and not just any energy can mingle with it. If this message is resonating with you so far, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to Noetica. Join our community of souls on the same path. This is why sometimes the universe keeps you alone. It isn't punishment, it's protection. You weren't meant for shallow relationships. Make sure to stay until the end, because I'll reveal a simple practice you can do right now to help attract your true soulmate into your life. Your heart is a temple, and it's guarded by something greater, even if that means you spend more time alone. You are one of the chosen ones. The chosen don't connect with just anyone, or at any time. Your soul has a greater mission, an energy not everyone can handle. Perhaps you felt emptiness or a sense of constant delay, but this waiting isn't punishment. It's part of a grander plan, a divine strategy. If you're resonating with this right now, it means things are beginning to align. You're not behind. You're being prepared. The universe is moving the pieces. What's coming for you isn't ordinary. It's divine. From the start, you've been preserved, even when it seemed like rejection. Even when those you loved left, or connections failed, there was a reason. There's a mark on you, a unique signature. When the universe chooses someone for something special, it must shape them. And this shaping happens in solitude. Every failed relationship, every almost story, every broken bond was part of a cleansing. It was freedom from connections that would block your calling. You carry a rare light, and that light disrupts those who still live in darkness. Maybe you've entered relationships that drained you, diminished you, left you depleted. Deep down, you sensed it wasn't real living. It was a struggle to dim your soul's glow. That's where the universe intervenes. It creates distance, closes doors, ends cycles. Even if you did everything to keep it alive, even if you cried, begged, believed, the universe wasn't punishing you. It was freeing you. It protected you from what you couldn't see was toxic. In the spiritual realm, a relationship isn't just affection. It's a soul contract, an invisible agreement. If the other soul isn't in harmony, the connection turns into an inner silent war. That's why you're protected, even when you don't understand, even when it hurts. The mission you carry is too important to be dragged down by roots that aren't real. When the time is right, it all makes sense. You'll realize this waiting was actually preparation. What felt like loneliness was a sacred waiting room, where you were being refined. This is the great inner struggle of the chosen, the battle between the longing to love and the divine timeline. You want to love, to share, to build something real. That desire is beautiful. But true connections don't come from loneliness, need, or fleeting passion. They come from soul readiness. Maybe you've met someone wonderful, but if neither of you was ready, it just couldn't happen. True love requires spiritual preparation, not just hope. Here's the pain. You feel ready. You have so much to give, so much to share, but you're still alone. And into this solitude comes the haunting question. What did I do wrong? The truth is, you did nothing wrong. You're being refined. Your intentions are being purified. You're healing so that when the time comes, you can be whole. Not everyone who entered and left your life was bad. Some just weren't ready to walk with you on your unique path. Loving someone with a spiritual mission isn't easy. It means walking beside a soul with a different sensitivity, a vision not everyone understands. That's why you're not allowed to connect deeply with those who are still trapped in ego, impulses, or chaos. Even if you're attracted, even if you think you're ready. You are a channel of light, and whoever joins you must do more than love you. They must respect, protect, and strengthen that light. The universe wants more for you than just a happy moment. It wants to connect you with what helps you grow, not what holds you back. Until that's possible, it prefers to keep you alone, not as punishment, but as care. Your heart isn't made for fleeting experiences. It's built for something deep, true, purposeful. Your inner world is being shaped so you can receive a love that carries the same weight as your mission. Relationships aren't just emotional or physical, they're spiritual portals. Many ignore this, but the chosen learn, often the hard way. Every time you connect with someone, energy exchanges happen. Because you're sensitive, you feel everything: the pain of the other, their traumas, burdens, even their spiritual influences. That's why some encounters leave you exhausted. A single argument can drain you for days. That's not drama. That's not weakness. That's spiritual sensitivity. You sense what goes beyond the visible. Your mission involves healing, wisdom, elevation. Yet if you open this gift to the wrong person, your channel gets blocked. Your divine connection weakens. And yes, negativity knows this. If it can't stop you directly, it'll try to entangle you with anything that delays, drains, or drags you down. That's why you've been a target for unstable, manipulative, or broken people. Not because you're weak, but because your light attracts. And without knowing it, they tried to absorb what was planted in you. You only saw the love. You missed the warnings. You wanted to help, to save, to heal. But that wasn't your battle. It wasn't your calling. So the universe had to step in, pull you out, let you hurt, remove you before your mission could be extinguished. In the moment, it felt like loss or betrayal, but it was freedom. Your celibacy is a sacred space where wisdom, silence, and strength are woven into your spirit, like a secret chamber where everything else is hushed so you can hear only the voice within. If you look at your life, you'll see it's always been this way. Every time you tried to build a bond, something happened and it crumbled. It's no accident. It's a divine code, a sign you were called to something higher. Yes, loneliness hurts, but for someone chosen, it's purposeful. In this emptiness, the greatest truths are revealed. Think of the great stories of faith: Moses in the desert, Joseph forgotten in prison, David hiding in caves. Even Jesus needed solitude before his mission. Those chosen for greatness are hidden and shaped in silence, away from the noise and false influences. You're not alone because you lack value. You're alone because your value is still being refined by unseen hands. Celibacy for the chosen is not emptiness. It's a secret space where only the divine enters. There you're trained for your mission. There you see what others can't. While many flee into relationships to avoid loneliness, you're learning how to love without losing yourself. You're learning how to stay rooted in yourself, even when your heart aches. You're building your identity not through another, but through the voice within. This silent love, this backstage faithfulness, forms the foundation for something lasting. You're learning to be whole and complete so that when the time comes, it won't be two halves searching, but two whole souls recognizing each other, ready for a greater purpose. So if you feel abandoned or misunderstood, remember, you weren't left behind. You were set apart. It's not about being denied love. It's about purifying it. What's coming will truly make sense for your soul. When that moment arrives, you'll know. There will be no doubt, because it won't be coincidence. It'll be destiny. Not just a relationship or a romance, but a connection with purpose. The world chases relationships, but you're being led to something deeper, a sacred union. There's a big difference. Relationships can be based on appearance, common interests, or loneliness. They start fast and can end faster. But what's meant for you has deeper roots. It comes with purpose and direction. It's not just about happiness now. It's about what the universe wants to do through you. That takes time, because what is eternal always requires preparation. And you are being prepared. You weren't born for the shallow. Your soul is intense, connected. You can't force yourself to stay where there's no truth. Something in you always whispers, "This isn't for me." That's not a flaw. It's a sign of spiritual maturity. It's your soul refusing to accept less than it was promised. Maybe you like someone, but can't fully open your heart because deep down, you know it's not the time. It's not about the person, and your protection is precise. You're not meant to be drained or to lose your light. You need someone who stands by you through difficulty, who helps you carry your calling. Not just a partner, but a soulmate. Someone who sees your essence, who respects your silence, who strengthens your light. Such a connection doesn't arise by accident. It's prepared. If it hasn't appeared, it's still being shaped. So hold this truth. You were never alone by chance. Every silence, every tear has shaped you inside. What comes will match who you've become. It won't just soothe loneliness, it will answer your soul. A blessing you'll know with your whole heart. On that day, all the waiting and struggle will turn to gratitude. You'll see you were preserved for something special. You are chosen. You are set apart. Even if you were misunderstood, rejected, or underestimated, it was not in vain. You were forged in the fire of waiting for a love that isn't about status or looks, but about truth, depth, and destiny. So stop being so hard on yourself. You're not late. You're not broken. You are in a sacred process. The greatest things are never rushed. Even when it seems nothing is happening, things are moving in the hidden. Someone is being prepared for you, a protector, a mirror of your mission. Until then, guard your heart. Don't give it to those who don't see its worth. Stay strong. Keep believing. Let yourself be transformed in this waiting. Tonight, try this. Take a sheet of paper and draw 2 circles, one for you, one for your future soulmate. In your circle, write down 3 qualities that you are ready to embody. Things like self-trust, radical honesty, or joy without fear. In the second circle, write 3 qualities you desire in your soulmate, not about looks, but about presence, values, and heart. Now between the circles, draw a bridge. On that bridge, write 1 small step you can take this week to become more of the partner you wish to attract. Maybe it's having a vulnerable conversation, joining a new group, or breaking an old habit. Place this paper under your pillow. Each morning for 7 days, look at it and ask yourself, what am I doing today that brings me closer to this energy? In the evening, light a candle and visualize the 2 circles slowly coming together, not by chance, but by the deliberate energy you are sending out. Remember, reality isn't waiting to deliver your soulmate. Reality is waiting for you to become the magnetic force that pulls them in. When you act on your own bridge, the universe often brings someone already walking theirs. To seal this moment, comment the number 2, a symbol of love, unity, and soul connection. I'm grateful this message reached you. Thank you, and see you in the next video.